Every now and again, just checking her environment. She's quite lean. Man, they had that kill about 3 days ago. She killed a nyala, but between her and the two cubs, they polished it off very quickly. And that tail again. Something curious there. Maybe just a little rustling of a small animal moving in the grass or something in the dry leaves, but something's caught her attention. Just a little, like I said, you can really see the mood of these animals in the tail. Definitely when there's something curious going on. Unfortunately, the bush around us here is quite thick. It's a little bit difficult to get around in front of her. But we're not that far from the waterhole now, so we might see a little bit more than the backside of her just now. Not that I complain. Any part of a leopard is always good. Ringside seats here, look at that. Station is just the update. Karula is now at the western side of Treehouse Dam coming down to the Martin. Hopefully not get stuck here. We've got our front wheels in the water at the moment. Looks like we're having a drink as well. Beautiful. That tail tip always curling up and around. Hey, beautiful. She is a very beautiful leopard as well. I mean, all leopard are pretty striking. Look at her, she looks like a belly full of water now. But Karula especially, she's quite small for a female. Her tracks even, not very large tracks. But she's really pretty. Look at that. So I think I've said look at that maybe 100 times. I'm sure I don't need to say that to anyone. But she's just so gorgeous. Whenever we come down around this waterhole, that's one of the spots I always look at, right at the sort of feeding side of the waterhole. For a minute there my mind got stuck on what it's called, but the inlet side of the water. James mentioned a very meticulous cleaning that she's doing. She's using the front teeth there, she's doing that now again, just to nibble at whatever might be on the skin, so maybe a little tick or something that's already found a purchase on her skin. The rest of the time she's using her tongue literally like a comb. See there, she's biting or nibbling, and then she's using the tongue again. Got these long, sort of almost nail-like or hair-like hooks on the tongue. Call it hooks. I think she's going to start moving quite soon. Looking straight into your eyes. But at the same time, obviously, if she hears something now, she might try and hide away or try and stalk it. So it's amazing how she's got all of our attentions wrapped up around a little dew claw. The other benefit of the infrared camera is even without using the infrared lights, you can pick up or it can work in very, very low light conditions. So we should be able to stick with her just like this without using any lights of any kind. Oh, she's going to move. Big stretch. Leopard are very adaptable to all kinds of habitat, everything from desert to jungle. But the specific kind of habitat we have here in the Sabi Sands seems to be extremely suited to their behavior, or to their success, shall I say. She's pretty. Stunning. Here you can see there's the other game driver that's been sitting here patiently with us as well. Guys, we're going to move quickly. She's going to head onto the road on the other side of the water. As you can see, we were in the water there. See, there she is again, which means we should be able to follow her for a while. Just heard something. Also look at the pupil suddenly, very different as the infrared lights are on her. They go to full sort of diameter again, they open up so she can see better in the low light. I'm quite curious, it might have been that she's actually heard something in there, because she's now heading off-road, she's heading straight towards the relatively thick bush. Keep the light as low as possible on her. She's literally just in a little bit of a fringe of a don't want to give her position away. Now these cats are quite used to moving with lights on them. As you can see, there's the other game drive joining again. Don't know how much we're going to follow into this. We're going to follow. Oh, what's going on there? Just. Oh, okay, cool. She just jumped up there suddenly. It was just a bit of a movement, but I don't know if it was something she was going for. I think it was just something she maybe stepped on a thorn or something. Just go a bit forward. Where's she gone now? There she is. You can see a lot of listening still. She's definitely on the hunt tonight. I've been into this patch once before, about 4 years ago, following a male called Saseka. No, it wasn't, it was Basile. It is very thick. Don't know how much further we'll be able to get. So I think let's try and get one last glimpse of her. I don't think we're going to get much further into this. There you can just see the movement. Well done, James. Very tricky to see her, even with the naked eye. I can just see a little bit of that black and white marking behind the ear. That's actually the only part of her that stands out. As she disappears into the shadows. And the way she's disappearing there is almost summing up what leopard are about. They literally are these enigmatic presences that you sometimes can't see. We're lucky to see them out here, but quite often they're there, even though we might not see them, just moving around like shadows in the dark. Right there. Ah, wait, I've got a big thorn in my leg here.
You have what? You've got a thorn in your leg.
Ah! Not that big, but just enough to get my attention. I think it was this guy probably. Alright. Thanks, James. That's very exciting. She's heading into some very thick bush, which is perfect habitat for leopard to hunt in. So best of luck to Karula. Let's go look around some more.